Welcome back, everybody. DJ Oakley here, catching the curb, brought to you by Curbstone Coaches. And, a guy that we had so much fun with last time, we thought, let's bring him in again. Great resource, not only for this entire valley, but for us here at YSN. Ladies and gentlemen, the banquet guru, the GOAT, Mr. Tom Miller. How are you, buddy?
Thank you very much for having me, DJ.
You get applause from Frank back there. Like I told you guys between the break, like we got to bring the studio audience in because Frank is loving life right now.
You put some bleachers back there. And line people up.
We'll just start putting these tubs with all the hats. It does something. Unbelievable, by the way. People loved your interview last time. We covered you being a boxing judge. We covered, obviously, the same thing we're going to cover this time, but in a different light, which is the banquet. For you, now that you're a notable face out there, how many autographs did you give out between the last time you were here and this time?
My daughter. That's it.
And that was just signing something that cost something, I'm sure.
Hi, Judy. Hi, Bella.
Oh, your daughter's named Bella as well?
Huh?
Your daughter's named Bella as well?
Isabella.
That's my daughter as well.
We call her Bella. We call her B for short sometimes. Izzy B, we call her.
Wow.
We got all these names for her, yeah.
That's phenomenal. See, great minds think alike.
But you know what? I got to give a shout out to our president, Bob Camardo, who just talked. I mean, over the last couple of years, he took over. He walked into a situation where nobody wanted to be president. Mm-hmm. And Joe Maxson was a great president for, I think, 30, 40 years or something. And then Frank Nolasco took over, and Frank had some family issues and stuff. He had some grandkids. He has to take care of the grandkids, so he wanted to step down as president. And so Bobby put his hat in the ring, and that was the only hat in there. And he took over the presidency, and he's doing just a phenomenal job. It's a pleasure working for him. As we get closer to the banquet, as I'm doing these steps, I tell him what I'm doing. I plan on doing this one. I plan on doing that next. And he gives me the okay. Go ahead and do it. So right now, we are where we are supposed to be for our banquet right now. We have coming up on November 21st, we have the nomination committee meeting. And what we're going to do that day is right now we've got about 28 or 29 applications. Of those applications, we're going to pick 12 to be inducted on May 4th, 2025. That'll be at Mr. Anthony's on South Avenue. Mm-hmm. And we got some football in there. We got some boxing in there. We got some bowling in there. We've got several for contribution for sports. And I know it's several, but I tell you what, when you look at the bios for the four of them that are there, five, they would all qualify. So it'll be up to the committee to weed it out. A lot of people ask me what are the qualifications to become a Curbstone inductee. And the first thing is we'd like to have you retired from your sport. And we like to have you over 40 years old. We like to have you as a resident of Trumbull, Mahoning, Columbiana County. A sponsor helps a lot. And when we send out the application, I always tell them put as much detail as possible on that application because we'll go over it in detail come the 21st of November, which is a couple more weeks. We have 12 members on the nominating committee. Greg Goulas is our coordinator, and the other 11, which is myself and the two in the shooting gallery back there, they're on the committee as well. And the 11 of us will vote on who gets in for the Curbstone coaches. Once they get in, I go to work then. I will send a complimentary letter out to the inductees who were chosen. Actually, what I'll do that night of the 21st, I get home probably around 8:30, I will call them up that night and congratulate them. And then what I'll do is I'll put a packet together, a congratulatory letter, a letter saying you accept the honor and you're going to be attending. And the third one is for our photographer. Our photographer is Tim Hickman. And at no cost to the inductees, they'll go to Tim. Tim's our photographer. He'll take their picture. He'll turn it into an 8x10. He'll get the 8x10 picture to me of all 12 inductees. That'll probably be the end of January. I'll have all 12. I take them to Hangmore Trophy over in Niles. And my man Dave Holmes, he puts them together. I mean, it's a beautiful plaque. You've seen it.
I have.
And that'll be the plaque they're going to receive at the Hall of Fame ceremony on May 4th, 2025.
Okay, so a couple things let's unpack, and you might not be the right guy to ask, but you can at least lead me in the right direction. You said that you like to have these. Excuse me. That you like to have whoever's going to be nominated retired from their sport.
Yeah.
Explain that to me and to everybody else.
For instance, last year, Kelly Pavlik, over 40 years old, retired from the sport.
Yeah.
He's like that. We have some that actually still coach. We have Tom Manning.
Oh, yeah.
We got him. He couldn't make it here. I mean, he was in the NFL and he couldn't make it. They had NFL was voluntary practice or something.
Yeah.
And he went to the Indianapolis Colts, I believe.
Yes,
he
did.
Right?
Yep.
And he was nice about it. He couldn't make it in, but he got in for coaching and stuff. But he's still active though.
Yep.
He's still active. So
there's I don't know, outliers.
It's
I guess
not definitive. It's not a fine line.
Yeah.
You have to be retired.
Gotcha.
Yeah, we like to have you retired, but if not, you don't have to be.
Because the majority of this, and correct me if I'm wrong, is high school to college, correct?
Correct.
Not a whole lot of professionals. We have some, like you
Yes.
said, Kelly and Tom.
Yeah.
But like, to me, and I'm gonna turn 40 here. It has nothing to do with me. But you look at like when you graduate high school, you're 18. That's where you do the most damage, especially as a player,
Right.
naturally.
Right.
So, 30 might be, or 35, when you can be president,
Yeah.
might be a little bit more closer to the boat
Yeah.
when you think about it. So that might be something that is discussed.
Yeah.
But the other thing, retire is tough because it's hard to acknowledge because,
Yeah.
a lot of these coaches aren't retiring necessarily at 50 anymore. They're
Right.
retiring at 70.
Right. They are, and you make an exception for that.
Yeah.
I have a mother that got a hold of me the other night. Her daughter lives in Texas. She's a former Mahoning Valley resident, and she plays soccer. And the mother wanted to send me we got an application from her for last year. We couldn't get her in because she was 34 years old.
Mm-hmm.
I talked to Mom this year. She wanted to send a new application. I said, no, we retain them. Don't worry. But she said, is there a shot? I said, she's still playing. She's 35 years old. I said, it's probably not going to happen.
Yeah.
But,
Is that only because there's more that person can do with their career?
Sure.
Okay.
Sure, definitely.
That makes sense.
Yeah, definitely. And, once I get those packets out to everybody, then I'll do what everybody hates. I get everybody's phone number, and I put it in my phone, and I'll send you text messages out to the group. I say, here's where you should be right now. And like I said, they got to get their pictures taken. We take care of all of that. We pay for everything.
Yeah.
Our speaker, I've been babysitting him. I have to babysit the speakers. It's Greg Pruitt.
Yep.
This year, number 34, Cleveland Browns. Very good guy to correspond with. He sent me a nice 8x10, which will be on the cover. And I got him running the ball again. I think against a Buffalo Bill or something.
Well, finally, it's not against the Steelers. I feel like every time you guys have a Brown, they're beating up on the Steelers on the cover.
I think I already told you who 2026 is, right?
You did. I can't wait.
Yeah, Lewis Lips.
Yep.
I got a lot of people wanting to know who's going to be the next one. He'll be the one 2026, and I will not say that too much. So when I close out the program on May 4th, I'll see everybody next year, and I'll say for all you Steeler fans out there, I got Lewis Lips coming in for sure.
You're on the clock, Steeler fans.
Yeah, and he's just a wonderful guy. But like with Greg Pruitt, I'm going to go up there in a couple of weeks, maybe a week before Thanksgiving. I'm going to take him to lunch. We just talk and communicate with him. I needed pictures. I got a picture.
Yeah.
I need a picture of him in suit and tie when I put it on the tickets.
Yep.
He's getting that done for me.
Yeah.
I went and I found some research, and I was on the internet, and I found out Greg Pruitt is a good inspirational speaker.
Really?
And when I read that, I was really, really happy we got him.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
Gene Steratore was awesome.
No, he was a nice guy too. I stay in communication with him. Yeah.
I hear him every Tuesday on WDVE, so it makes me smile because I mean he was a guy that he had no notes, which was incredible. Ran right through that speech, and I left. I think everybody left with something that they didn't come in with. So it was phenomenal. Looking forward to Mr. Pruitt here in May. One last time. I mean, I know you're looking for nominations. They're due this Sunday.
November the 10th is my cutoff. Yeah, and I got some guys that really want to get in, and some guys who I feel are really qualified, but I don't have their applications yet. I mean, no application, I can't get you in. So you know who you are out there, and so I need those applications. I'll stretch it out to Monday. Greg Goulis will be there on Monday because he's taking care of our speaker. Dan Heiner. I don't know if he's going to come or not for him.
Yeah.
Take that back. I think he probably won't make it. But I'll be there, And if you want to bring the application back, it's the 11th. I'll take it.
Awesome. So if you're looking to get into the Curbstone Coaches Hall of Fame or put somebody in, the extension is to Monday, and that is it, and everything closes. So if you're looking for a shot, make sure that you shoot it over to Tom by Monday.
Yeah, and if you want to, if you have pencil and paper, it's 330-506-6774. You can call or you can text that same number. I'll get a package out to you right away. And a package is a application itself, front and back, put as much detail as possible. And the top letter is for your sponsor. It just has the duties of the sponsor. Sponsor's going to help sell tables, sell congratulatory ads, answer any questions that the athlete might have. You can contact me and ask me the question. I'll do the answering on that.
Awesome. Tom Miller, thank you so much again for stopping by. Hope it's not your last time. We enjoy having you each and every time, my friend.
Thanks for having me.
Back after this.
Thank you. Okay.